fairgrounds had already traded laughter for amber leaves and strings of quiet light. An old Ferris wheel kept turning with the evening, slow enough to borrow pieces of the sky. The ticket booth stood wrapped in faded colors, its painted edges softened by the years. Only the scent of roasted chestnuts lingered, blending with the chill of autumn air. A carousel rested like a sleeping melody, its horses dreaming beneath velvet dust. Wind carried fragments of a distant saxophone from a cafe hidden across the square. I buttoned up my long wool coat, watching paper lanterns greet the breeze. The season wore its graceful ending, like a smile that needed nothing more. Every autumn knows how to leave without regret. Golden branches never bargain with the sky they gently bless. Beneath the Ferris wheel of autumn, the world turned softly out of view. Every light became a heartbeat floating through the evening blue. I wasn't searching for forever, only one unhurried song. Sometimes that's enough to carry a quiet soul the whole night long. A painter packed away his small collection, brushes stained with copper, crimson and cream. He paused to watch the final riders laughing, then folded daylight into a weathered case. Nearby, a violinist played for no one, or maybe just the trees preparing sleep. The notes drifted through the cooling branches like migrating birds, too graceful to be seen. Children's footprints slowly vanished beneath a blanket stitched with leaves. The air grew fragrant with warm cider poured into waiting porcelain cups. No one hurried toward tomorrow, no one asked the hour to remain. Even the wind seemed satisfied to dance with what it couldn't keep. Perhaps the heart grows richest not by holding every day, but by blessing every season as it quietly walks away. Beneath the Ferris wheel of autumn, every circle felt complete. Fading light and distant music moved together through the street. Every passing stranger carried stories hidden in their eyes, beautiful because they lingered, not because they never said goodbye. I once mistook the turning seasons for a measure of goodbye. Now I hear them as composers changing keys across the sky. Every falling leaf is faithful to the branch that let it go, not defeated by the journey, only following what it knows. So I climbed into the final carriage as twilight wrapped the town in lace. From above the rooftop shimmered like old promises touched by grace. The city breathed beneath the stars, neither sleeping nor awake, and my heart so long accustomed to holding on finally learned the beauty of a gentle break. Beneath the Ferris wheel of autumn, every turning brought me home, not to I'd always known. If another season calls me, I'll arrive with open hands, trusting every quiet ending is where another story stands. Long after the lights are fading, long after the music's through, the smallest joys keep softly glowing, like evening gathered in the dew. The Ferris wheel completed one last circle, the lantern stemmed without a sound. A single maple leaf crossed my shoulder, then joined the others on the ground. I walked beneath a sky of faded copper, while the night carried autumn into song. The station breathed in shades of quiet blue, its ceiling catching whispers from the rails. A paper cup released a thread of cinnamon, drifting through the sleepy air like sailcloth in the wind. I watched the clock refuse to hurry morning, while footsteps faded into polished stone. No one seemed entirely alone tonight. Even silence had a destination of its own. Some journeys leave no footprints, only softer ways to see. Some hearts arrive unnoticed, like tides returning to the sea. Between the last rain and dawn, where the city loosens yesterday, every glowing window keeps a little kindness tucked away. If we only crossed for moments, that was all the stars required. A single smile can warm the distance, long after midnight has retired. A violin escaped an open doorway, wearing velvet notes against the rain. Across the platform, someone closed an old umbrella, as if folding away a season without regret. The florist gathered lilies from a bucket, petals bright beneath the amber lamps. Their fragrance wandered through the empty benches, finding every corner hope had quietly abandoned. Nothing asked forever, when forever isn't kind. Sometimes grace is simply leaving gentleness behind. Between the last rain and dawn, where reflections soften every street, neon colors drift like watercolor around the rhythm of my feet. Every passing face becomes a verse the night was meant to write. We belong to borrowed moments, beautiful because they're light. I no longer measure love by stay, nor by promises engraved in stone. I measure it by winter coats exchanged, by warm hands wrapping porcelain alone, by second floor cafés, by the moon, forgiving every rooftop for the dreams it couldn't save. When morning finally finds this quiet platform, it won't erase the music left behind. The smallest mercies travel farthest, carried gently through the ordinary tide of time. The sky unfolds in faded silver, never asking who to blame. Take this hour like a folded letter, keep it where the daylight can intrude. Some nights become our truest shelter, simply by remembering we once stood beneath the lamps that asked for nothing, while the world kept turning slow. And somewhere past the waking skyline, our quiet hearts already know. The first bird stitched the air with morning, steam disappeared above the tracks. I walked away without a farewell, carrying only the light that never asked to be carried. The attic welcomed evening through a circle window, where fading sunlight rested on forgotten frames. The cedar chest released the scent of old Decembers, threaded with lavender that time refused to claim. An antique globe leaned quietly in the corner, its oceans worn by fingertips now gone. I spun it just enough to hear the silence, like distant tides remembering a song. A patchwork quilt lay folded on a rocker, patient as a story never told aloud. Boxes tied with faded cotton ribbon held postcards from places I'd never known. Dust became a constellation in the amber light, turning every breath into a gentle sky. The room seemed less a place for keeping objects than a harbor where forgotten moments quietly survive. Some memories don't ask to be opened all at once. They bloom like evening stars, one by one until they shine. Constellations in the attic, drawn in dust and evening gold. Every quiet little treasure keeps a warmth that can't be sold. I don't reach for yesterday to ask it not to leave. I simply let its gentle light become another way to breathe. A music box awoke dance, both fragile and sincere. The melody wandered through the wooden rafters, like a friend returning after many years. Beside it rested hand-stitched linen letters, edges softened by the weight of time. No grand declarations filled their pages, only ordinary days made quietly sublime. Outside, the wind persuaded maple branches to brush the roof with thoughtful hands. Clouds drifted slowly past the moon, unfolding silver across the glass. The night carried no urgency, only room enough for every breath. Even absence seemed transformed into something beautifully at rest. The heart grows deeper roots when it honors where it's been. Not to live inside the echoes, but to hear their grace within. Constellations in the attic, every shadow softly glows. Broken clocks still keep a rhythm, only patient dreamers know. What we lovingly remember doesn't ask to stay the same. It becomes a quiet lantern, gently calling us by name. I once believed that moving onward meant leaving every trace behind, closing every weathered window, untying every thread of time. But the finest kind of freedom isn't empty hands alone. It's carrying small lights forward without trying to own. So I folded every letter, placed them gently back to rest. Not because their story ended, but because it had been blessed. Some chapters live most beautifully when they whisper instead of sing, like the hush before first snowfall, or the pause between birds' wings. The daylight fades, every cherished imperfection paints the heart in softer shades. If tomorrow builds new stories, I'll welcome every page it brings. Still somewhere above the ceiling beams, the quiet sky remembers everything. And when the evening gathers slowly with its blue and silver grace, I'll find another gentle star inside that peaceful place. The window welcomed midnight's breathing, the cedar settled into stillness once again. I closed the attic door behind me, carrying only the light that memory leaves without a sound. The shoreline woke before the sun remembered, wrapped in colors too gentle to be named. The tide arranged its quiet conversation across the sand where yesterday had lain. A weathered pier leaned softly toward the water, patient patient as an old and trusted friend. The waves erased what no one needed, carried, then offered every shell a chance again. The sea has never hurried, yet it always finds the shore. Maybe healing speaks that language, never less and nevermore. There's salt on the morning air, silver woven through the breeze. Every breath becomes a lantern, floating out across the sea. I don't need the world to answer questions I no longer keep. The tide is riding quiet blessings where the restless waters sleep. A fisherman untied his faithful boat, moving slowly with the rhythm of the dawn. His hands remembered years without explaining, each careful knot a humble kind of song. Above him gulls were drawing wide ellipses, circling promises the wind could understand. Even distance seemed less lonely where the ocean held the sky with open hands. Every fading footprint finds another wave to meet. Every hopeful morning learns forgiveness from the sea. There's salt on the morning air, soft as memories growing light. Blue horizons gather gently at the edge of fading night. Nothing has to last forever, nothing has to disappear. Love can live inside a moment, long enough to still our fear. Carried heavy winters to this coastline, thinking every sorrow had a name. But the gulls refused to count my losses, and the wind declined to place the blame. Instead it filled the empty rooms within me with the fragrance of the waking tide, until my heart became another harbor where gentler dreams could safely rise. The sun arrived without applause or thunder, only quiet gold upon the waves. Some miracles are almost weightless, too graceful for the world to praise. Just as every heart can too. If tomorrow finds me wandering, I'll follow where the seabirds fly. Not to leave the past behind me, but to bless it with a kinder sky. Every sunrise keeps a promise hidden in its quiet glow. The sea asks nothing of the traveler, only that she's willing to let go. The waves continued without counting. The breeze carried the scent of pine far beyond the bright horizon. Morning folded gently into mine. Before the city found its hurried rhythm, one narrow street was glowing soft and gold. A corner bakery breathed into the darkness, sending warm aromas through the cooling dawn. The windows wore a quiet veil of flour, their tiny circles clouded by the heat. Inside the first loaves welcomed morning, long before the bells awoke the streets. The baker folded silence into every crust, hands moving with an unspoken grace. No audience, no grand applause awaited, only empty chairs and waiting cups. I chose the table near the little fern, where sleepy lights spilled gently from a lamp. The room already felt like home, though no one there had learned my name. Perhaps the finest comfort never has to be admired. It simply keeps on glowing like embers after fire. In the bakery before sunrise, hope arrives in ordinary ways, wrapped inside the scent of butter, floating through the quiet haze. Every loaf becomes a promise, every smile a gentle start. Sometimes love is simply warmth, breaking softly through the heart. A cyclist stopped beside the open doorway, brushing raindrops from a woolen sleeve. An elderly couple shared one cinnamon roll, dividing sweetness without counting halves. Someone left a folded note upon the counter, nothing more than thank you for today. The baker smiled without a single word, then tucked the little message safely away. Outside, the traffic slowly gathered courage. Street lights faded into silver skies. The first bus carried quiet dreamers toward another ordinary day. Yet inside those flower-dusted walls, time lingered like a favorite melody. No one seemed eager to outrun the morning peace. It found enough room to breathe. Kindness rises slowly, just like patient dough, given warmth and waiting, it becomes enough to share. In the bakery before sunrise, every window catches amber light. Lonely thoughts lose all their edges with the passing of the night. No one here is trying to become somebody new. The smallest acts of welcome make the whole world feel renewed. I used to think that healing waited somewhere far beyond my reach, hidden inside distant places or impossible beliefs. Then I watched fresh bread being broken, passed from hand to grateful hand. No speeches filled the little room, only quiet hearts that understood. The fragrance lingered on my sweater, long after I had stepped outside, as though tenderness could travel without asking for a ride. Perhaps that's how tomorrow starts, not with thunder overhead, but with one small light remaining where compassion has been fed. Strangers feel like home. And if tomorrow brings another rain, I'll remember what was true. The sweetest things are often waiting long before the sky turns blue. Before the city found its hurry softly, before the city found its hurried rhythm, one narrow street was glowing soft and gold. A corner bakery breathed into the darkness, sending warm aromas through the cooling dawn. The windows wore a quiet veil of flower, their tiny circles clouded by the heat. Inside the first loaves welcomed morning, long before the bells awoke the streets. The baker folded silence into every crust, hands moving with an unspoken grace. No audience, no grand applause awaited, only empty chairs and waiting cups. I chose the table near the little fern, where sleepy lights built gently from a lamp. The room already felt like home, though no one there had learned my name. Perhaps the finest comfort never has to be admired. It simply keeps on. By the time the afternoon surrendered, the glass had gathered every shade of dusk. Fern leaves held the last bright drops of daylight, each one trembling like a secret left unspoken. A winding path of moss, dark stone, curved between the orchids and the palms. The air was warm with earth and citrus blossoms, sheltering the world from all its noise. Beyond the panes, the city blurred to watercolor, its rooftops fading underneath the rain. Inside, every vine reached upward without hurry, trusting light that had not yet arrived. A wooden watering can lean beside the fig tree, still glistening from careful hands. Nothing here appeared to fear the evening, even shadows settled with quiet grace. Perhaps hope is not a sunrise, but the blue hour. Every blossom breeze so slow, tiny miracles awaken where the gentlest breezes flow. I came carrying unanswered questions, heavy as the evening rain. The flowers never offered answers, only room to bloom again. A little wooden stool beside the roses held an open notebook stained with soil. Its pages carried sketches of new seedlings, each line a promise drawn with patient hands. Nearby a kettle softly sang on iron, sending curls of chamomile through the room. The fragrance wrapped around the fading daylight like a shawl across tired shoulders. A robin settled near the climbing jasmine, tilting its head toward the cooling sky. Its song was neither lonely nor triumphant, only faithful to the hour it found. The lanterns hanging from old cedar beams slowly painted honey on the leaves. Night entered without closing any doors. It simply asked the silence to grow deeper. Nothing living rushes toward the beauty it becomes. Even fragile branches learn their strength one season at a time. In the greenhouse at blue hour, every heartbeat finds a gentler pace. Raindrops right upon the windows in elegant embrace. No forgotten dream is wasted, no soft longing disappears. Love can grow in hidden gardens, watered quietly through the years. I used to fear the fading daylight, thinking darkness meant the end. But every unopened blossom trusted evening like a friend. Roots reach farther than my seeing, deep beneath the silent ground, growing not because they hurry, but because they stayed around. So I place my restless thoughts among the pots of thyme and sage. The leaves accepted every burden without asking for my name. When the first stars found the rooftop glass, they entered as reflections on the vines. Heaven didn't feel so distant when it borrowed earthly light. More slowly, I'll no longer call it late. The sweetest flowers choose their moment, never listening to the clock or fate. When I leave these glass-walled gardens, I'll carry something I can't see, a quieter way of meeting time, and a kinder way of being me. The lanterns shimmered through the misting glass. The rain became a distant lullaby. Behind me, every living branch kept reaching, long after the last blue light dissolved into the night. lobby wore its midnight like fine velvet. Soft chandeliers dissolved into the glass. A porter tipped his hat to passing strangers, each arrival slipping gently into silence. Fresh lilies leaned above the marble counter, their fragrance drifting slower than the clock. Outside, the boulevard kept shimmering with rain, while inside every heartbeat found a softer pace. No one asked for names tonight. The room already knew enough. Some meetings bloom in borrowed hours, delicate as candle smoke. The hotel of quiet hours, every hallway holds a little light. Doors close gently on old sorrows, opening softly into night. We may never meet tomorrow, still the evening feels complete. Some hearts become familiar without ever learning where they sleep. A woman dressed in emerald closed her novel, leaving one pressed flower between the pages. The pianist gathered velvet from the keyboard, turning simple chords into warm conversation. Two travelers shared the silence by the fireplace, watching embers settle into gold. Nothing needed explaining anymore. The room translated everything untold. Every passing glance carries worlds we never see. Grace is often found inside ordinary company. At the hotel of quiet hours, every window frames another dream. City lights become soft constellations, floating on the river's gleam. Bright enough without a sound. The sweetest human moments are the ones that aren't pinned down. Perhaps we're all just evening guests, checking into hours we cannot own, sharing elevators, borrowed laughter, then continuing our separate roads. Yet somewhere in the polished echoes, a kindness keeps its careful place. Long after suitcases are carried, the heart remembers someone's grace. The bell rings once beyond the staircase. The night concierge adjusts his tie. Outside, another taxi disappears, like a wish beneath the quiet sky. Beyond the curtains, patient with the time it takes. If our paths were meant for only one slow dance beneath the light, quietly shining after you. The revolving door kept turning, dawn touched silver to the floor. I carried nothing from that evening except a little more than before. This little room, it slipped between the shelves with patient hands. Dust rose gently in the ribbon light, as though every page still remembered someone's touch. I traced a name inside a weathered cover, not searching for the face that wore it once. Some stories choose to stay unfinished, so another heart can finish them in silence. Every borrowed moment leaves a softer place to stand. Nothing truly vanishes when kindness learns our hands. In the library of small goodbyes, every whisper finds a place to rest. Love becomes a paper lantern, floating through the corners of the chest. We don't keep the days forever, we simply learn their quiet glow. Some souls leave like turning pages, yet somehow never really go. The woman by the window stirred her coffee, watching sparrows gather after rain. She smiled at someone only memory could see, then closed her book without a trace of pain. Outside, bicycles rolled through puddled streets, carrying ordinary afternoons. Even passing strangers seemed connected by melodies too gentle to explain. Every open doorway carries echoes into light. Every peaceful ending teaches darkness how to shine. In the library of small goodbyes, every whisper finds a place to rest. Love becomes a paper lantern, floating through the corners of the chest. We don't keep the days forever, we simply learn their quiet glow. Some souls leave like turning pages, yet somehow never really go. If tomorrow asks about your absence, I'll answer with the fragrance after rain, with the warmth the wooden chair remembers, with the song a window keeps from yesterday. No grand farewell could honor what we carried. It lived too softly for dramatic words. The finest promises are often weightless, like evening settling gently with the birds. In the library of small goodbyes, Time's just a window, keeping one small candle for someone. The lamps grow pale beyond the curtains. The last page rests beneath my hand. Outside, the city greets the morning. Inside, the quiet understands. The rain had only just surrendered, leaving pearls on every fern. Glass orchids caught the early daylight, turning silence into something warm. A winding path of weathered stone curved beneath a painted canopy, where every leaf seemed unafraid to fall exactly where it pleased. A gardener hung without an audience, his watering canal resting by the gate. The fragrance of rosemary and jasmine rose gently through the cooling air. I slowed enough to hear the sparrows arguing kindly with the breeze, as if the world had chosen whispers over everything that needed speech. No blossom keeps the spring, no branch resists the snow. The heart becomes much lighter when it learns what flowers know. When the garden learned my name, nothing sounded quite the same. Every petal held a quiet answer, every breeze untied my shame. I came searching for tomorrow, but found today beneath the trees. Peace arrived without announcing, carried on the evening breeze. An old stone bench beside the lily pond remembered countless strangers before me. Dragonflies embroidered threads of sapphire across reflections softly torn by fish. The greenhouse windows wore tiny diamonds, each raindrop bending afternoon to light. Even fading roses seemed content to offer beauty without asking why. Far beyond the climbing ivy, children laughed and disappeared. Their echoes floated through the branches like paper boats upon the wind. I closed my eyes for just a moment, not to dream of somewhere new, but to hear my own heartbeat growing gentle with the view. The smallest living wonders never hurry into bloom. They trust the hidden seasons, even through the quiet. used to carry every memory like heavy rain inside my coat, counting every lost direction, every word I never wrote. But the willow touched the water without trying to hold the stream. Its branches swayed with open hands, faithful to an unseen dream. Perhaps that's how forgiveness grows, not suddenly, not all at once, just quietly beneath the surface, like seeds preparing for the sun. The earth keeps every fallen blossom, not as sorrow, not as loss, but as another gentle promise hidden underneath the moss. When the garden learned my name, the sky wore lavender and gold. Every path became an invitation to release what I couldn't hold. If tomorrow blooms without me, may it bloom for someone else. May the wind pass on this kindness like a book upon a shelf. Every season leaves a blessing, even when the leaves descend. Love is sometimes just the courage to let every flowering end. The gate remained half open behind me, a single feather crossed the trail. The evening gathered every fragrance and carried them beyond the hill, while somewhere deep among the branches the garden softly spoke my name once more. Where the lamps remember, the cafe keeps a quiet kind of weather, even when the sky has learned to clear. A porcelain cup still gathers little circles from the warmth that brought us here. Outside, the avenue wears silver footsteps. Rain has softened every passing name. A stranger smiles beneath a borrowed umbrella and disappears the way we came. Some evenings ask for nothing but an empty chair to understand. Meet me where the lamps remember every gentle hour we never tried to hold, where midnight paints the windows in shades of amber, blue, and gold. If love was only borrowed, it never left without a trace. It lingers in the silence like soft light resting on a familiar face. The old piano breathes between the tables, each note unfolding slower than the rain. someone turns another page in quiet, without disturbing what remains. Your laughter lives inside forgotten corners, hidden in reflections on the glass. Not asking to become tomorrow, only grateful that it passed. There are stories folded softly inside every coat we leave behind. Meet me where the lamps remember every gentle hour we never tried to hold, where midnight paints the windows in shades of amber, blue, and gold. If love was only borrowed, it never left without a trace. It lingers in the silence, like soft light resting on a familiar face. Perhaps the heart was never meant to carry every season home. Perhaps it learns its truest language by letting beautiful things roam. The rain forgives the skyline before the morning knows its name, and every soul becomes a little lighter without forgetting why it came. Oh, meet me where the lamps remember, where every whispered promise still can breathe. The city hums so gently, like autumn resting in the leaves. No farewell needs an answer, no shadow asks the dawn to stay. Some loves become the quiet that softly lights another day. The last cup slowly cools beside the window. Morning gathers somewhere out of sight. One small candle keeps the room from ending, holding hands with what's left of the night. The fairgrounds had already traded laughter for amber leaves and strings of quiet light. An old Ferris wheel kept turning with the evening, slow enough to borrow pieces of the sky. The ticket booth stood wrapped in faded colors, its painted edges softened by the years. Only the scent of roasted chestnuts lingered, blending with the chill of autumn air. A carousel rested like a sleeping melody, its horses dreaming beneath velvet dust. Wind carried fragments of a distant saxophone from a cafe hidden across the square. I buttoned up my long wool coat, watching paper lanterns greet the breeze. The season wore its graceful ending, like a smile that needed nothing more. Every autumn knows how to leave without regret. Golden branches never bargain with the sky they gently bless. Beneath the Ferris wheel of autumn, the world turns softly out of view. Every light became a heartbeat, floating through the evening blue. I wasn't searching for forever, only one unhurried song. Sometimes that's enough to carry a quiet soul the whole night long. A painter packed away a small collection, brushes stained with copper, crimson and cream. He paused to watch the final writers laughing, then folded daylight into a weathered case. Nearby a violinist played for no one, or maybe just the trees preparing sleep. The notes drifted through the cooling branches like migrating birds too graceful to be seen. Children's footprints slowly vanished beneath a blanket stitched with leaves. The air grew fragrant with warm cider poured into waiting porcelain cups. No one hurried toward tomorrow, no one asked the hour to remain. Even the wind seemed satisfied to dance with what it couldn't keep. Perhaps the heart grows richest not by holding every day, but by blessing every season as it quietly walks away. Beneath the Ferris wheel of autumn, every circle felt complete. Fading light and distant music moved together through the street. Every passing stranger carried stories hidden in their eyes, beautiful because they lingered, not because they never said goodbye. I once mistook the turning seasons for a measure of goodbye. Now I hear them as composers changing keys across the sky. Every falling leaf is faithful to the branch that let it go, not defeated by the journey, only following what it knows. So I climbed into the final carriage as twilight wrapped the town in lace. From above the rooftop shimmered like gold promises touched by grace. The city breathed beneath the stars, neither sleeping nor awake. And my heart, so long accustomed to holding on, finally learned the beauty of a gentle break. Beneath the Ferris wheel of autumn, every turning brought me home, not to one familiar doorway, but to peace I'd always known. If another season calls me, I'll arrive with open hands, trusting every quiet ending is where gathered in the dew. The Ferris wheel completed one last circle. The lanterns dimmed without a sound. A single maple leaf crossed my shoulder, then joined the others on the ground. I walked beneath the sky of faded copper, while the night carried autumn into song. The station breathed in shades of quiet blue, its ceiling catching whispers from the rails. A paper cup released a thread of cinnamon, drifting through the sleepy air like sailcloth in the wind. I watched the clock refuse to hurry morning, while footsteps faded into polished stone. No one seemed entirely alone tonight. Even silence had a destination of its own. Some journeys leave no footprints, only softer ways to see. Some hearts arrive unnoticed, like tides returning to the sea. Between the last train and dawn, where the city loosens yesterday, every glowing window keeps a little kindness tucked away. If we only cross for moments, that was all the stars required. A single smile can warm the distance long after midnight has retired. A violin escaped an open doorway, wearing velvet notes against the rain. Across the platform, someone closed an old umbrella, as if folding away a season without regret. The florist gathered lilies from a bucket, petals bright beneath the amber lamps. Their fragrance wandered through the empty benches, finding every corner hope it quietly abandoned. Nothing has forever, when forever isn't kind. Sometimes grace is simply leaving gentleness behind. Between the last train and dawn, where reflections soften every street, neon colors drift like watercolor around the rhythm of my feet. Every passing face becomes a verse the night was meant to write. We belong to borrowed moments, beautiful because they're light. I no longer measure love by stain, nor by promises engraved in stone. I measure it by winter coats exchanged, by warm hands wrapping porcelain alone, by strangers holding doors without a reason, by jazz escaping second floor cafes, by the moon forgiving every rooftop for the dreams it couldn't save. When morning finally finds its quiet platform, it won't erase the music left behind. The smallest mercies travel farthest, carried gently through the ordinary tide of time. Between the last train and dawn, every ending learns a softer name. The sky unfolds in faded silver, never asking who to blame. Take this hour like a folded letter, keep it where the daylight can intrude. Some nights become our truest shelter, simply by remembering we once stood beneath the lamps that asked for nothing, while the world kept turning slow. And somewhere past the waking skyline, our quiet hearts already know. The first bird stitched the air with morning, steam disappeared above the tracks. I walked away without a farewell, carrying only the light that never asked to be carried. The attic welcomed evening through a circle window, where fading sunlight rested on forgotten frames. A cedar chest released the scent of old Decembers, threaded with lavender that time refused to claim. An antique globe leaned quietly in the corner, its oceans worn by fingertips now gone. I spun it just enough to hear the silence, like distant tides remembering a song. A patchwork quilt lay folded on a rocker, patient as a story never told aloud. Boxes tied with faded cotton ribbon held postcards from places I'd never known. Dust became a constellation in the amber light, turning every breath into a gentle sky. The room seemed less a place for keeping objects than a harbor where forgotten moments quietly survived. Some memories don't ask to be opened all at once. They bloom like evening stars, one by one until they shine. Constellations in the attic, drawn in dust and evening gold. Every quiet little treasure keeps a warmth that can't be sold. I don't reach for yesterday to ask it not to leave. I simply let its gentle light become another way to breathe. A music box awoke beneath my fingers, its tiny dance both fragile and sincere. A melody wandered through the wooden rafters, like a friend returning after many years. Beside it rested hand-stitched linen letters, edges softened by the weight of time. No grand declarations filled their pages, only ordinary days made quietly sublime. Outside, the wind persuaded maple branches to brush the roof with thoughtful hands. Clouds drifted slowly past the moon, unfolding silver across the glass. The night carried no urgency, only room enough for every breath. Even absence seemed transformed into something beautifully at rest. The heart grows deeper roots when it honors where it's been. glows. Broken clocks still keep a rhythm. Only patient dreamers know what we lovingly remember. Doesn't ask to stay the same. It becomes a quiet lantern, gently calling us by name. I once believed that moving onward meant leaving every trace behind, closing every weathered window, untying every thread of time. But the finest kind of freedom isn't empty hands alone. It's carrying small lights forward without trying to own. So I folded every letter, placed them gently back to rest. Not because their story ended, but because it had been blessed. Some chapters lie most beautifully when they whisper instead of sing, like the hush before first snowfall, or the pause between birds' wings. Constellations in the attic, constellations in the attic, shining where the daylight fades. Every cherished imperfection paints the heart in softer shades. If tomorrow builds new stories, I'll welcome every page it brings. Still, somewhere above the ceiling beams, a quiet sky remembers everything. And when the evening gathers slowly with its blue and silver grace, I'll find another gentle star inside that peaceful place. The window welcomed midnight's breathing. The cedar settled into stillness once again. I closed the attic door behind me, carrying only the light that memory leaves without a sound. The shoreline woke before the sun, remembered, wrapped in colors too gentle to be named. The tide arranged its quiet conversation across the sand where yesterday had lain. A weathered pier leaned softly toward the water, patient as an old and trusted friend. The waves erased what no one needed, carried, then offered every shell a chance again. The sea has never hurried, yet it always finds the shore. Maybe healing speaks that language, never less and never more. There's salt on the morning air, silver woven through the breeze. Every breath becomes a lantern, floating out across the sea. I don't need the world to answer questions I no longer keep. The tide is riding quiet blessings where the restless waters sleep. A fisherman untied his faith peaceful boat, moving slowly with the rhythm of the dawn. His hands remembered years without explaining, each careful knot a humble kind of song. Above him gulls were drawing wide ellipses, circling promises the wind could understand. Even distance seemed less lonely, where the ocean held the sky with open hands. Every fading footprint finds another wave to meet. Every hopeful morning learns forgiveness from the sea. There's salt on the morning air, soft as memories grow in light. Blue horizons gather gently at the edge of fading night. Nothing has to last forever, nothing has to disappear. Love can live inside a moment, long enough to still our fear. I carried heavy winters to this coastline, thinking every sorrow had a name. But the gulls refused to count my losses, and the wind declined to place the blame. Instead it filled the empty rooms within me with the fragrance of the waking tide, until my heart became another harbor where gentler dreams could safely rise. The sun arrived without applause or thunder, only quiet gold upon the waves. Some miracles are almost weightless, too graceful for the world to praise. There's salt on the morning air and peace inside the waking blue. Every tide returns a little different, just as every heart can too. If tomorrow finds me wandering, I'll follow where the seabirds fly, not to leave the past behind me, but to bless it with a kinder sky. Every sunrise keeps a promise, hidden in its quiet glow. The sea asks nothing of the traveler, only that she's willing to let go. The waves continued without counting, the breeze carried the scent of pine, far beyond the bright horizon. Morning folded gently into mine. Before the city found its hurried rhythm, one narrow street was glowing soft and gold. A corner bakery breathed into the darkness, sending warm aromas through the cooling dawn. The windows wore a quiet veil of flower, their tiny circles clouded by the heat. Inside the first loaves welcomed morning, long before before the bells awoke the streets. The baker folded silence into every crust, hands moving with an unspoken grace. No audience, no grand applause awaited, only empty chairs and waiting cups. I chose the table near the little fern, where sleepy lights spilled gently from a lamp. The room already felt like home, though no one there had learned my name. Perhaps the finest comfort never asks to be admired. It simply keeps on glowing, like embers after fire. In the bakery before sunrise, hope arrives in ordinary ways, wrapped inside the scent of butter, floating through the quiet haze. Every loaf becomes a promise, every smile a gentle start. Sometimes love is simply warmth, breaking softly through the heart. A cyclist stopped beside the open doorway, brushing raindrops from a woolen sleeve. An elderly couple shared one cinnamon roll, dividing sweetness without counting halves. Someone left a folded note upon the counter, nothing more than thank you for today. The baker smiled without a single word, then tucked the little message safely away. Outside, the traffic slowly gathered courage. Streetlights faded into silver skies. The first bus carried quiet dreamers toward another ordinary day. Yet inside those flower-dusted walls, time lingered like a favorite melody. No one seemed eager to outrun the morning. Peace had found enough room to breathe. Kindness rises slowly, just like patient dough, given warmth and waiting. It becomes enough to share. In the bakery before sunrise, every window catches amber light. Lonely thoughts lose all their edges with the passing of the night. No one here is trying to become somebody new. The smallest acts of welcome make the whole world feel renewed. I used to think that healing waited somewhere far beyond my reach, hidden inside distant places or impossible beliefs. Then I watched fresh bread being broken, passed from hand to grateful hand. No speeches filled the little room, only quiet hearts that understood. The fragrance lingered on my sweater long after I had stepped outside, as though tenderness could travel without asking for a ride. Perhaps that's how tomorrow starts, not with thunder overhead, but with one small light remaining, where compassion has been fed. brings another rain, I'll remember what was true. The sweetest things are often waiting, long before the sky turns blue. The bell above the door rang softly. Fresh daylight settled on the floor. The scent of bread stayed with my breathing long after I needed nothing more. By the time the afternoon surrendered, the glass had gathered every shade of dusk. Fern leaves held the last bright drops of daylight, each one trembling like a secret left unspoken. A winding path of moss dark stone curved between the orchids and the palms. The air was warm with earth and citrus blossoms, sheltering the world from all its noise. Beyond the panes, the city blurred to watercolor, its rooftops fading underneath the rain. Inside, every vine reached upward without hurry, trusting light that had not yet arrived. The wooden watering can lean beside the fig tree, still glistening from careful hands. Nothing here appeared to fear the evening, even shadows settled with quiet grace. Perhaps hope is not a sunrise, but the leaf that waits through night. Certain morning will remember every root that held on tight. In the greenhouse at blue hour, every blossom breathes so slow. Tiny miracles awaken where the gentlest breezes flow. I came carrying unanswered questions, heavy as the evening rain. The flowers never offered answers, only room to bloom again. A little wooden stool beside the roses held an open notebook stained with soil. Its pages carried sketches of new seedlings, each line a promise drawn with patient hands. Nearby a kettle softly sang on iron, sending curls of chamomile through the room. The fragrance wrapped around the fading daylight like a shawl across tired shoulders. A robin settled near the climbing jasmine, tilting its head toward the cooling sky. Its song was neither lonely nor triumphant, only faithful to the hour it found. The lanterns hanging from old cedar beams slowly painted honey on the leaves. Night entered without closing any doors. It simply asked the silence to grow deeper. Nothing living rushes toward the beauty it becomes. Even fragile branches learn their strength, one season at a time. In the greenhouse at blue hour, every heartbeat finds a gentler pace. Raindrops ride upon the windows in an elegant embrace. No forgotten dream is wasted, no soft longing disappears. Love can grow in hidden gardens, watered quietly through the years. I used to fear the fading daylight, thinking darkness meant the end. But every unopened blossom just at evening like a friend. Roots reach farther than my seeing, deep beneath the silent ground, growing not because they hurried, but because they stayed around. So I placed my restless thoughts among the pots of thyme and sage. The leaves accepted every burden without asking for my name. When the first stars found the rooftop glass, they entered as reflections on the vines. Heaven didn't feel so distant when it borrowed earthly light. Tomorrow blooms more slowly, I'll no longer call it late. The sweetest flowers choose their moment, never listening to the clock or fate. When I leave these glass-walled gardens, I'll carry something I can't see, a quieter way of meeting time and a kinder way of being me. The lantern shimmered through the misting glass. The rain became a distant lullaby. Behind me, every living branch kept reaching, long after the last blue light dissolved into the night. The lobby wore its midnight like fine velvet. Soft chandeliers dissolved into the glass. A porter tipped his hat to passing strangers, each arrival slipping gently into silence. Fresh lilies leaned above the marble counter, their fragrance drifting slower than the clock. Outside, the boulevard kept shimmering with rain, while inside every heartbeat found a softer pace. No one asked for names tonight. The room already knew enough. Some meetings bloom in borrowed hours, delicate as candle smoke at the hotel of quiet hours. Every hallway holds a little light. Doors close gently on old sorrows, opening softly into night. We may never meet tomorrow, still the evening feels complete. Some hearts become familiar without ever learning where they sleep. A woman dressed in emerald closed her novel, leaving one pressed flower between the pages. The pianist gathered velvet from the keyboard, turning simple chords into warm conversation. Two travelers share the silence by the fireplace, watching embers settle into gold. Nothing needed everything untold. Every passing glance carries worlds we never see. Grace is often found inside ordinary company. At the hotel of quiet hours, every window frames another dream. City lights become soft constellations floating on the river's gleam. Every smile is like fine crystal, bright enough without a sound. The sweetest human moments are the ones that aren't pinned down. Perhaps we're all just evening guests checking into hours we cannot own, sharing elevators, borrowed laughter, then continuing our separate roads. Yet somewhere in the polished echoes, a kindness keeps its careful place. Long after suitcases are carried, the heart remembers someone's grace. The bell rings once beyond the staircase. The night concierge adjusts his tie. Outside, another taxi disappears like a wish beneath the quiet sky. With the time it takes. If our paths were meant for only one slow dance beneath the light, then let that single memory be enough to warm the night. The finest stories leave no ending, only echoes soft and true, like the last lamp in the lobby, still quietly shining after you. The revolving door kept turning, dawn touched silver to the floor. I carried nothing from that evening except a little more than before. This little room, it slipped between the shelves with patient hands. Dust rose gently in the ribboned light, as though every page still remembered someone's touch. I traced a name inside a weathered cover, not searching for the face that wore it once. Some stories choose to stay unfinished, so another heart can finish them in silence. Every borrowed moment leaves a softer place to stand. Nothing truly vanishes when kindness learns our hands. Of small goodbyes, corners of the chest. We don't keep the days forever. We simply learn their quiet glow. Some souls leave like turning pages, yet somehow never really go. The woman by the window stirred her coffee, watching sparrows gather after rain. She smiled at someone only memory could see, then closed her book without a trace of pain. Outside, bicycles roll through puddled streets, carrying ordinary afternoons. Even passing strangers seem connected by melodies too gentle to explain. Every open doorway carries echoes into light. Every peaceful ending teaches darkness how to shine. In the library of small goodbyes, every whisper finds a place to rest. Love becomes a paper lantern, floating through the corners of the chest. We don't keep the days forever. We simply learn their quiet glow. Some souls leave like turning pages, yet somehow never really go. If tomorrow asks about your absence, I'll answer with the fragrance after rain, with the warmth a wooden chair remembers, with the song a window keeps from yesterday. No grand farewell could honor what we carried. It lived too softly for dramatic words. The finest promises are often weightless, like evening settling gently with the birds. Become a constellation, guiding lonely hearts beyond the night. Every chapter closes slowly, not to end but to become. Love is sometimes just a window, keeping one small candle for someone. The lamps grow pale beyond the curtains. The last page rests beneath my hand. Outside, the city greets the morning. Inside, the quiet understands. When the garden learned my just surrendered, leaving pearls on every fern. Glass orchids caught the early daylight, turning silence into something warm. A winding path of weathered stone curved beneath a painted canopy, where every leaf seemed unafraid to fall exactly where it pleased. A gardener hummed without an audience, his watering can now resting by the gate. The fragrance of rosemary and jasmine rose gently through the cooling air. I slowed enough to hear the sparrows arguing kindly with the breeze, as if the world had chosen whispers over everything that needed speech. No blossom keeps the spring, no branch resists the snow. The heart becomes much lighter when it learns what flowers know. When the garden learned my name, nothing sounded quite the same. Every petal held a quiet answer, every breeze untied my shame. I came searching for tomorrow, but found today beneath the trees. Peace arrived without announcing, carried on the evening breeze. An old stone bench beside the lily pond remembered countless strangers before me. Dragonflies embroidered threads of sapphire across reflections softly torn by fish. The greenhouse windows wore tiny diamonds, each raindrop bending afternoon to light. Even fading roses seemed content to offer beauty without asking why. Far beyond the climbing ivy, children laughed and disappeared. Their echoes floated through the branches like paper boats upon the wind. I closed my eyes for just a moment, not to dream of somewhere new, but to hear my own heartbeat growing gentle with the view. The smallest living wonders never hurry into bloom. They trust the hidden seasons, even through the quiet gloom. When the garden learned my name, every color breathed more deep. Golden leaves became like letters only patient souls could read. Nothing here demanded answers, nothing hurried me along. Every rooted thing reminded me that stillness can be strong. I used to carry every memory like heavy rain inside my coat, counting every lost direction, every word I never wrote. But the willow touched the water without trying to hold the stream. Its branches swayed with open hands, faithful to an unseen dream. Perhaps that's how forgiveness grows, not suddenly, not all at once, just quietly beneath the surface, like seeds preparing for the sun. The earth keeps every fallen blossom, not as sorrow, not as loss, but as another gentle promise hidden underneath the moss. When the garden learned my name, the sky was lavender and gold. Every path became an invitation to release what I couldn't hold. If tomorrow blooms without me, may it bloom for someone else. May the wind pass on this kindness like a book upon a shelf. Every season leaves a blessing, even when the leaves descend. Love is sometimes just the courage to let every flowering end. The gate remained half open behind me. A single feather crossed the trail. The evening gathered every fragrance and carried them beyond the hill. While somewhere deep among the branches, the garden softly spoke my name once more. The cafe keeps a quiet kind of weather, even when the sky has learned to clear. A porcelain cup still gathers little circles from the warmth that brought us here. Outside the avenue where silver footsteps rain has softened every passing name. A stranger smiles beneath a borrowed umbrella and disappears the way we came. Some evenings ask for nothing but an empty chair to understand. Meet me where the lamps remember every gentle hour we never tried to hold, where midnight paints the windows in shades of amber, blue and gold. If love was only borrowed, it never left without a trace. It lingers in the silence like soft light resting on a familiar face. The old piano breathes between the tables, each note unfolding slower than the rain. Someone turns another page in quiet without disturbing what remains. Your laughter lives inside forgotten corners, hidden in reflections on the glass. Not asking to become tomorrow, only grateful that it passed. There are stories folded softly inside every code we leave behind. Meet me where the lamps remember every gentle hour we never tried to hold, where midnight paints the windows in shades of amber, blue and gold. If love was only borrowed, it never left without a trace. It lingers in the silence like perhaps it learns its truest language by letting beautiful things roam. The rain forgives the skyline before the morning knows its name, and every soul becomes a little lighter without forgetting why it came. So gently, like autumn resting in the leaves. No farewell needs an answer, no shadow asks the dawn to stay. Some loves become the quiet that softly lights another day. The last cup slowly cools beside the window. Morning gathers somewhere out of sight. One small candle keeps the room from ending, holding hands with what's left of the night.